Hello and welcome to week 8 of the our Geocaching Trackable race. This is a race where 10 trackables basically go around places and have their little adventures and accumulate points, and we're trying to see who wins it. We are fast approaching the end of the race. It's in about 2 weeks, so let's get started. Well, just mentioned, a couple of the trackables were dropped off at Oz Geomuster. If you want to see the video I made regarding Oz Geomuster, just check it out over there. And let's go straight to the standings. Let's talk first place. Morley the Eevee, as I reported last week, has now rocketed his way onto first place. He is sitting there with a tremendous lead, actually. He's just basically traipsing his way through the continental United States at the moment. His lead's actually grown since the last week, to the point now that with about 2-ish weeks left in the race, he's 550 points ahead of any other trackable. Look, I can attribute these to two things in particular. One, Eevees, by their very nature, are cute and adorable, and people would want to pick them up. And two, Morley's not exactly a small trackable that you can just lose. He's about yay big. Sitting in second place is Piger Doesn't Give $2, the $2 bill trackable, which is currently somewhere in Australia. Last we saw, it had journeyed all the way to Oz Geomuster, and then from that point it got discovered, but I don't think it got picked up, and we're still kind of waiting to see what happened there. The Cat with Human Feet, one of the 3 trackables here in Australia, has managed to zoom its way onto third, actually. A lot of Geomuster work was done ahead of time. It got dropped off, got discovered. I believe it got picked up, and I don't know what's happened since. Good, right. I had to trip a light. Sitting at fourth is Sydney the Echidna. Sitting at fourth is Sydney the Echidna. No major action over the last 3 weeks for that trackable. Sitting in fifth is Kendi Daniels, the Night King. Sitting at sixth is Mad Mummy by Coast Blue, and every other trackable, including the Night King from this point out, still has under 100 points. Divine's Art Project, I'm not quite sure what happened there. It got picked up in Sydney somewhere, and we haven't heard from it since, so hopefully it racks up some points in the next couple of weeks. Buckeye Cacher's Power Moon is in 8th, still languishing near the bottom of the standings. Maddie's License to Travel is still sitting in 9th, hasn't moved at all. And Santa Duck, which is sitting in 10th despite being picked up, hasn't had any real activity this week. So this is a relatively quick update. There hasn't been much movement except for, well, Morley and the Cat with Human Feet, which has upset some places. Okay, without further ado, here are the standings for week 8. I'm blurring in and out, but the text isn't. Is Morley the Eevee likely to win this trackable race? Well, statistically, yes, but it has to be remembered that Morley basically charged forward from absolutely nowhere to the front of the standings. The same can happen with any one of the trackables on the list. We'll see who dominates, we'll see who ends up top. And as my little video window shrinks down, thank you so much for following through. Hopefully we get something in the next 2 weeks. Hopefully this is not the standings at the end of the event. Looking forward to National Hot Fudge Sunday Day for some hot fudge sundaes.